not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading is all about what hardships or struggle is about to come to an end in your life. So we are focusing on messages from your own spiritual team, the energy that is currently surrounding you in your environment, and then we're also pulling some messages / guidance from the mother of the Ntr Aset, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis, since she is known to be a master healer, and she's always healing herself and getting out of situations that seem impossible. So I thought her energy would be perfect to kind of umbrella ourselves under today and look into what hardships are being healed. And the reason that I kind of felt like this reading needed to be done was because we are finally done with this Taurus, Scorpio, North Node, South Node axis. I mean, the North and South Node, they already moved out of these signs earlier this summer and around July, I want to say. But we just recently had an eclipse in the sign of Taurus, because it takes a little bit of time for eclipse season to catch up to where the nodes just shifted to. So even after the nodes move into different signs, we still will have those like lingering eclipses and the old signs that they just left out of. And so with this being the final eclipse in Taurus, and we're not going to have another eclipse in Taurus or Scorpio for a very long time, at least like another decade or so, I wanted to look into what hardships or what struggles have just recently closed out of our lives for good. And so that's what this reading is about today. Before we get to the disclaimers and the meditation, I just want to show you guys which tarot decks I'm using. So we have here the Empyrean Tarot and the Weaver Tarot. Both of these are by the Threads of Fate. No, this is not sponsored. This video is not sponsored. I just absolutely love these cards here. And the Empyrean Tarot is a brand new tarot deck from the Threads of Fate. So these are really, really cool creators. But I try to remember to show you guys the decks that I'm using. I just always forget. But yeah, so these are the two tarot decks that we're using today. The Empyrean Tarot is going to be these holographic cards that you see on pile 1 and 3, and the Weaver Tarot is going to be the cards that you guys see on piles 2 and 4. Okay, so just in case you guys are interested in that, let's just jump straight into the disclaimers and the meditation so we can get to you guys' reading. So obviously this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. So if you hear something that you do not like or agree with and think that you are just fixed to that reality, then you are not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation and not answers. If you hear something for the first time, please do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. Realize at the end of the day, you have the final say with your destiny. Your free will is your power, and what you choose to do with it will determine your life outcomes, not a pick a card reading on the internet. So please be responsible and accountable for your own actions, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been sending you all along. If you would like to participate in this meditation, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I'm going to be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into the meditation, I'm actually going to be using some images today for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. So we're going to be using images for the clairvoyant pile selection. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you're drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages as to the hardships and the struggles that are about to come to an end for you in your life. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. If either of these images resonate for you, then pile 1 has some messages for you. So the images that we have for pile 1 is love and healing chaos. If either of these images resonate for you, then pile 2 could have some messages for you. And the 2 images that we have is change and voyage. If either of these images resonate for you, then pile 3 could have some messages for you. And the images that we have is truth and forgiveness. If either of these images resonate for you, then pile 4 could have some messages for you. But the images that we have for pile 4 is power and wisdom. All right, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are starting off with some tarot cards, and I'm going to be pulling some additional oracle cards on camera to check out what struggle is about to come to an end for you in your life. So we're going to be channeling some messages from your entire spiritual team, looking into the energy surrounding you, and then also pulling some messages / guidance from the mother Ntr Aset, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. Okay, so let's get started with your tarot cards. We have the Hermit in reverse for you. Then we have Temperance upright. And then we have the Seven of Globes, otherwise known as the Seven of Pentacles, also upright. Anyways, though, we have for you pile 1, Hermit in reverse, and Temperance upright. And Temperance is the card of healing. And the 7 of Pentacles for you guys is your under the deck subconscious energy, right? So first off, for those of you determined to make a better life for yourself, for your children or your loved ones, your family, your community, maybe it's just for yourself. If you have been struggling to create more opportunities, that is what is immediately coming to an end from a general standpoint for you guys because of the Hermit card right here. Hermit, even upright, is generally seen as the card of isolation. And that's because of the very strict lifestyle that the Hermit has chosen to live. This card is all about sacrifice because it is essentially who the Hermit is. He is the 8 of Pentacles, but to the extreme. And in the traditional 8 of Pentacles card, the RWS version, we see someone who is very hard at work. Once they finish working on one pentacle, they immediately start the next one. And in the background, far off in that card, is this tiny little town saying that, and I'll actually bring up a photo of this card, saying that basically he had to distance himself from society so he could focus solely on work. And the Hermit is the 8 of Pentacles, but on steroids. And they are both ruled by Virgo, interestingly enough. So there is no town or city in the background of the RWS traditional like Hermit version of the card. He's actually on a mountaintop in that original version because that's how determined he was to get away from people, society, and anything that interferes with his own personal search. Hermit is in deep search of something. Usually it entails more knowledge and wisdom that he's looking for, but he knows what he is looking for cannot be found in his comfort zone, which is why he abandons home altogether to become this recluse sort of person living a very solitary life. And that's another hardship coming to an end for you guys, as well as this endless search for more, for a better life, for answers, for a great love, for a community, for support, for clarity, for purpose or direction, whatever it may be. Many of my pile ones have been hard at work trying to fill some sort of emptiness in your life. And that's another hardship as well that's coming to an end. I'll also bring up a picture of the RWS Hermit version just to give you guys some context. But it's like I said, the Hermit is searching for something, right? So let's just say, for example, some of you guys, you're searching for the perfect job. The Hermit being on that mountaintop, mountains are very, especially at the top, you can't live there. You can't stay there for very long. It's limited oxygen. They're usually freezing. It's too high up in altitude. It's a very, very kind of treacherous place for anybody to live. You kind of can't live there. So when it comes to the Hermit card, it's basically saying he's on top of this mountain willing to live in very extreme conditions in order to obtain what he's looking for. And so how that translates to you guys, pile one, is that it's like you guys may have been dealing with, like, again, using that example, let's say you're looking for the perfect job. You guys have been in situations, you've been in certain positions, you've held certain jobs, you've dealt with certain hardships and extremes that a lot of people maybe haven't dealt with when it came to them securing a job or looking for what it is that they know that they're worth or that they know they deserve. So when it comes to you guys, it's like maybe you guys had to work multiple jobs in order to make ends meet. Maybe you guys had to make a really extreme sacrifices with this Hermit card right here in order to finally get that job. So that's another hardship coming to an end for you guys, is you guys having to go these extreme routes, going to these like extreme places in order to get what you're looking for. It's not going to be as difficult anymore when it comes to like you guys saying, let's just say you want to find the perfect house or the perfect relationship or the job that's meant for you, whatever it may be, the lifestyle that's meant for you, whatever it may be. It's going to be so much easier where you guys don't have to put yourself in these extreme conditions that are very hard to live under or live by. So you won't have as many restraints and regulations on yourself. You won't have to be so strict. You won't have to sacrifice so much. So in order for you guys to fulfill this part of your life, many of you, just like the Hermit, like I was saying, you guys have chosen this extreme path to walk that very few would. So many people, because of this, have been unable to understand you. A lot of you have probably heard people say to you, you work too much. Why are you so dedicated to school? Why don't you just have a drink? Why don't you just take some time off? Why don't don't you go out anymore? Why don't you socialize? Why don't you hang out? Why don't you go party? Why don't you give it a break? Where's all your friends? Why are you so strict when it comes to your lifestyle or your health? And it comes from this extreme level of dedication to your goal or objective to improve your life. You guys are dedicated. And especially with temperance here, you cannot convince me that many of you have done a hard cleanse in your life at some point. And this might sound weird, but that cleanse to some degree has been challenging because it's in your energy. That's why the Hermit showed up in reverse, to say that a lot of you have almost felt forced or like you had no choice but to choose some sort of extreme lifestyle. And temperance is a virtue card in the major arcana. They actually temper or abstain from certain choices is what that means. So temperance is all about self-restraint. This is a very powerful character that we're dealing with in temperance, who can bend the laws of nature to their will, but they still choose to respect their surroundings. They still choose to respect nature. And this tells me that many of you have been pushed into a certain lifestyle. For instance, maybe you had to step away from your own family because of how toxic those relationships were. And you didn't want to, but you had to for your own well-being. That would be Hermit energy in reverse. Temperance is saying you could use that circumstance where it manifests into bitterness. You could be angry at the world because of this extreme, this severity that you've had to live by. But instead, you guys have chosen to channel all that energy right back into yourself for the ultimate healing journey. You could use so many of your life experiences as an excuse to act inconsiderately, to be selfish, to hurt others, but you refuse to give into those lower reactions. And you guys channel them very clearly, with the Seven of Pentacles being your under the deck subconscious energy. So subconsciously, you guys refuse to give up on yourself. And that's the main hardship that is ending for you. Not where you are going to give up on yourself, but where you do not have to work so hard to rise above. So if this energy is reflected in your relationships, just know that you won't have to keep being the bigger person for much longer. If you have been walking alone and haven't had anyone to share your journey with, because Hermit, Temperance, and the Seven of Pentacles are lone wolf cards, that hardship is ending. If this is reflected in finances, where you keep making financial sacrifices today in order to survive tomorrow, that hardship is ending. So this could be a very strict diet or even health regimen that you are on. I don't necessarily see you stopping that lifestyle, but I see you reaching that goal. Like, let's say that the goal was to like lower your cholesterol or to heal a chronic issue. You reach that place of healing with the Temperance card right there. And again, this is the card of healing and patience. It comes after the Death card. So this turmoil that you guys have been involved in or have been dealing with, these severe conditions that you guys have been living under, has acted as a catalyst for like major transformation in your physical life to help transport you to a much easier, more effortless lifestyle. So this is that all-around improvement that you guys have been working so hard to give yourself or your loved ones, and it is very, very near. And the end of these hardships will change your life, with these being two major arcana cards, because again, the Seven of Pentacles was your under the deck energy. So expect some really big change, like just a complete, like almost like overhaul of your life, essentially. All right, pile one, let's start grabbing some oracle cards just to see what's in your energy right now that you guys may be dealing with, going through. So we have here blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. This is exactly what I was talking about with you guys as Hermit energy. Is then we have self-esteem in reverse underneath the deck here. This is exactly what I was talking about with you guys as Hermit card energy was blame. Not blame, but the I accept responsibility for my own well-being. It's like you guys are taking it into your hands. Like, listen, I'm the only one that can earn this bachelor's degree or this master's degree. So sorry if I have to completely dedicate myself to school for like the next year or 2 years of my life or something like that. It's like you guys are taking the bull by the horns. You're taking your life in your own hands. And this is why you guys have been so strict, because you guys are the ones that are taking responsibility for your own well-being and for your life. And this is what I'm talking about, is you guys are so focused on improving your life with this Hermit in reverse energy that you guys may take the blame on yourself when like anything goes wrong, or like if you're having financial difficulties, you guys may blame yourself for that. Like, if I worked harder, if I dedicated myself more, if I did something, I wouldn't be dealing with this. My family, my loved ones wouldn't be dealing with this, or whoever else could be affected by it. So with blame here, this is what's in you guys' energy, is just this extreme focus, as we talked about with the Hermit here, kind of really no surprise there. there. Then we had self-esteem underneath the deck. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. You guys have gifts that benefit you and other people. And this may be why you guys are so dedicated, because you know what you're capable of. You know what you're able to do. You guys just have, you may not notice it, but you guys actually have very high esteem for yourself. You have very high expectations of yourself. And this is why you guys may be so strict. And self-esteem was in reverse. So that kind of tells me that, and it was underneath the deck. So that kind of tells me that a lot of you guys, you may not identify how strict you are with yourself as like having self-esteem or having high expectations for yourself. You may just find that you're very critical of yourself, and you may just look at it that way. But this is actually a way that you guys' self-esteem manifests, is in this extreme way where it's like, I have to just lock in and get things done. So this is actually what's in you guys' energy. So let's see if we can get a couple more messages about struggle coming to an end, any hardships coming to an end for my pile ones. It flipped over. So we have here purity. So there could have been some struggles, and underneath the deck here, we just have blessings. There could have been some struggles where you guys felt as though, like that example that I used earlier when we were just looking at your tarot cards, some of you may have felt like, for instance, my family's so toxic that I have to step away from them. I have to purify myself of this energy. I have to get out of this environment because it's not good for me. That's what this purity card is. And actually, Hermit is the card of purification, because again, like we talked about, he goes to the top of a mountain. He abandons everything. He leaves all his belongings behind. He doesn't bring anything or anyone with him. All you see with him is a lantern on the traditional version. So, and that lantern is what represents the faith that he has in searching for wisdom and searching for knowledge and searching for something better, something different. So you guys have actually purified your life in a lot of ways. And this is what I was saying for you guys. That's another hardship that's ending. You don't have to be so pure. You don't have to be so strict. You don't have to be so clean. This purity card could be talking about you guys being really clean eaters. You guys like being like deleting people out of your contact list on your phone and only hanging out with certain people or hanging out with no one, only being dedicated to school right now, and literally taking a sabbatical from your own life in some way. You guys may have purified your social life, your personal life in some way where you're only focused on work. Maybe you're only focused on your family right now. Maybe you're only focused on school. Maybe you're only focused on finances. Maybe you guys are purifying your financial situation where it's like, I need to get rid of this debt. I need to get rid of these bills. So I can't go out and hang out with friends. I can't travel. I can't do what I want to do. So you guys have been living a very strict life, a very clean life with this purity card. So that's another struggle that's coming to an end, and blessings are going to come in its place where, like I said, when we were just looking at your tarot cards, you guys won't have to try so hard anymore. You won't have to live such a strict, clean life in order to attract in these blessings. Okay. So in other words, you guys have already kind of put in the work somewhere. Let's check out some signs that you guys may be staying as these hardships kind of come to an end. Okay, so we have here crystals, achievement. Yeah, exactly. And then we have underneath the deck, medical staff, healing. This is that temperance energy coming through. Again, like I said, temperance is the card of healing. So we have here medical staff, healing. You guys may notice ambulances. You may have somebody in your life, in your own personal life, friends, family members, something like that, that has to contact emergency services or something like that. Or you guys may just notice like ambulance sirens, or you may see an ambulance. Something about medical staff may catch your attention. Maybe you guys work in the medical field. Maybe you guys end up going to a hospital or going to a doctor or something like that. That is going to be one of the signs that something great and major is healing in your life, for healing to come out again a second time. Like I said, healing is represented by the temperance card. So we have here healing and medical staff. Some of you guys, you may be working to become medical, get into the medical industry. Maybe you guys are medical students. Maybe you're in the field of medicine somehow. Maybe you guys are into like spiritual healing and spiritual medicine. Then we have here crystals achievement underneath the deck. This is another sign that's going to come through for you guys. So you guys may just get the urge to go buy some crystals. Maybe you guys just recently bought some crystals. Maybe you guys recently were in the doctor's office or in the hospital, or maybe there was recently some sort of an emergency or something like that with the medical staff right here. And it's card number 13. So this could have been something that you guys just dealt with, some sort of like, urgency or emergency that just kind of popped up out of nowhere. And everything is probably, it was probably fine with, hopefully it was, if you guys dealt with any sort of emergency. But that may be one of the signs that you guys definitely notice right before this hardship is alleviated in your life or relieved in your life. And with crystal's achievement, you guys are going to notice a blessing, something coming in where you guys earn. Like I said, there's a blessing or some sort of achievement, some sort of like opportunity comes in without you guys having to be so clean, without you guys having to be so sacrificial, without you having to be so strict with yourself. But you guys may have just recently bought a crystal. You guys may be thinking about, I want to go out and buy a crystal or add some more crystals to my collection. Maybe somebody just gave you a crystal or something like that. You guys may be into learning about them right now, something in the form of crystals. Okay, watch out for that, because that's going to be another sign. And that's card number 9. And Hermit is also card number 9 in the major arcana. Let's grab a healing card for you, see if there's anything specific that's being healed. We have unlimited possibilities. Yeah, and underneath the deck, we have sexual energy. So for you guys with unlimited possibilities, this is definitely talking about how, like I said, a lot of you guys, you probably got very used to limitations. You guys probably got very used to restrictions. You probably got very used to living an extremely pure, clean lifestyle where you weren't used to unlimited possibilities. You weren't used to a lot of freedom, in other words. And so for you guys, and we have a bird on this blessings card right here, and birds, they typically seem very free because they can just fly up in the air and go where they want to go, right? So this is you guys' ability now to finally leave some sort of situation that has kept you very grounded, that you have kind of revolved around in your life now, maybe for the last like year or two. I'm hearing specifically 2 years for some of you guys. Maybe you're in the middle of your Saturn return, just coming out of it. The North Node could have just moved out of some of you guys' 12th house. That can be a very, I don't want to call it a stressful placement, but it can be a very like prominent placement where it takes a lot of your attention and energy because you have so many things going on in your personal life, and there's so much like spiritual transformations and developments happening. So you guys could have had something just move out of your 12th house. But yeah, with unlimited possibilities, that is what's being healed for you guys. Like I said, a lot of you are trying to improve your life. You're trying to bring more opportunities into your life, into your loved ones' lives. If you guys are responsible for other people, that's what's coming in. Unlimited possibilities. It won't be something that's so refined and strict anymore where it's like, okay, I have to live this way. Otherwise I won't be calling in certain blessings. I won't be calling in certain opportunities. No, that's going right out the window. So that's a huge thing getting blessed for you guys or healed for you guys is unlimited possibilities, and also sexual energy. If you guys have been using sexual energy to manifest or to heal certain things in your life, because sexual energy was underneath the deck for you guys. So if you guys have been using sexual energy or sex magic, whatever you want to call it, in order to heal certain things in your life, that's another thing that's actually about to turn around for you. So if you guys used your sexual energy, that could be like your sacral chakra area, to heal certain things or transform certain things, whatever it was that you were focused on when you were using your sacral chakra, that's what's being healed for you. And then the card that we have coming out, this is basically a reminder from the universe to you, the attitude that they want you to take, that the universe and your spiritual team wants you to take on. And it says here, I'm wild and free. What were we just talking about with this bird over here? Freedom. You guys have not had a lot of freedom. We've been talking about that actually your entire reading. With this purity card over here, you guys are about to have a lot more freedom. Okay, you see how she is like stretching, I guess is what we want to call it. Yeah, whatever, stretching. And I think she has an Aquarius symbol. Yeah, it looks like she has the Aquarius symbol on her side here. So around Aquarius season, you guys may be able to expect something big happening. Aquarius season will be coming up here at the end of January, and majority of February will be Aquarius season until around the end of February. And underneath the deck here, we have I reveal my truth. So the universe wants you to take on more of an attitude, and your spiritual team. They've been trying to get you guys to take on more of an attitude where you're wild and free. They've actually been trying to move you out of lifestyles that are too strict, that are too complicated. They're too severe. They're too claustrophobic. That's what your reading feels like. Your energy kind of feels very claustrophobic. Like, I don't have a lot of wiggle room here. I have to stay on the straight and narrow in order for me to get out of the situation. So you guys are about to be given a lot more freedom, a lot more possibilities, a lot more opportunities, a lot more space to move around and do what you want to do. Okay, so they really want you to use that kind of attitude or adopt that kind of attitude. And then I reveal my truth right here. You guys may be having some sort of conversation or something coming up. It could be a conversation. It could be just you guys just feeling like now I finally get to do what I want to do. That's kind of what this I reveal my truth card feels like to me. Is my truth is I've been wanting to travel this whole time. My truth is I wanted to go out and spend money. My truth is I've been wanting to go out and party, but I had to focus on school. I've been wanting to do this, but I had to do that. You guys' priorities and responsibilities took over your truth or what you wanted to do in a lot of ways. And I feel as though that's what this I reveal my truth is all about. So the universe and you guys' spiritual team very soon, if not already, they're going to be working on moving you guys into a space. And then look, this is card number 13. It says card number 13 right there. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic, but the 13 number is coming out again. So watch out for 13. But yeah, the universe and you guys' spiritual team is going to be moving you guys into a space where it's like, now you get to do what you've been wanting to do, but you've restricted yourself because you had to, because you were being responsible, because you were working on relieving yourself and maybe your loved ones, you know, of a certain lifestyle and of certain hardships. And then let's see what the Mother Aset wants to say to you guys. Underneath the deck, we have the miracle of Isis, miraculous healing of the goddess. Miraculous healing is coming in. And that's why I wanted to hear from Aset, because she is a Ntr, that is what they are referred to in the Commission pantheon, basically. But she is a Ntr or goddess or energy aspect of God that was all about healing and overcoming troubles. She was very, very, very good at making her way out of troubles, and she had to deal with a lot of hardships, but she always found a way to heal herself out of these spaces. So she was a very, very powerful presence because of that. But the card that came out for you is past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. So I'm going to read this message from the Ntr Aset to you guys. So 1 second. And past life, present power says, when the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine and her call that all beings be healed and free. Free, again, that word is coming up for you guys again, being healed and free. It gathers internal resources to assist on the path. So there is some resources that is coming in to bless you guys, to help you guys out of the kind of the very kind of suffocated situation that some of you guys may be in. And it says these resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You're currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the oracle of past life present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. And you guys, this is all that I'm saying for you. Thank you for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guys, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, and the Ntr Aset for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. All right, pile 2, welcome to your readings. We're going to be starting off with your tarot cards. Then I'll be pulling additional oracle cards to check out what struggle or hardship is about to come to an end for you in your personal life. So we're going to be hearing from your entire spiritual team, looking into the energy that is currently surrounding you in your environment. And then we'll be pulling some additional messages / guidance from the Ntr Aset, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. Okay, so let's get started with your tarot cards. The very first card that we have for you is we have the 8 of Cups, Then we have the Seven of Coins, otherwise known as the Seven of Pentacles. And then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And this is your under the deck subconscious energy. For some reason, I heard the word creativity with your Eight of Cups over here. I don't know why. So that could be a hardship coming to an end for some of my pile twos. Maybe if you are dealing with some sort of a creative block right now, maybe if you're trying to, and it doesn't even have to be a creative block. Let's just say you're a writer and you're dealing with a writer's block, or you're a painter and you can't bring a painting to life. Or so it doesn't just have to be on the artistic side. It could even be when it comes to just creative thinking or trying to think your way out of a certain situation. So there just could be something going on with you guys' creative energy, or just your life force energy in general. When I don't know why I heard creativity, but just take that for whoever it is that it resonates for. And for some reason, I heard the word time with the Seven of Cups in reverse. The moment I saw it, I heard the word time. So I don't know if you guys are another hardship that's coming to an end is you guys always being pressed for time, worrying about time, the time that you have with someone or something, or maybe running out of time or feeling like you don't have enough time in the day. You could be very stressed because of time period. So that could be another thing. But just looking at all three of your cards together, right away, the first hardship that is coming through for you that is coming to an end is an end to abandonment with the Eight of Cups. And generally, that is kind of what we see with the RWS version of this card, is someone walking away from the Eight of Cups. They've neatly stacked these Eight Cups as a way to say, I've taken care of these chalices and I've treated them right, even though I know that they are not for me anymore. So this card talks about voluntarily walking away from situations that we are probably emotionally attached to, but we are honest enough to say that it's still not for me, even though maybe I want it to be, or even though maybe it's difficult for me to walk away. So this card can sort of manifest as, I've been in this relationship for a long time, but I know it's not right for me, or I've been at this job for a long time and I know I need to move on to something else. And so that emotional attachment can make it very difficult, even though we know we need to do it. So for some reason though, as well, this Eight of Cups today, it feels very different from its usual definition. It feels like someone being cast aside or even broken up with. And this might not just be romantic situations, but it feels like there was a lot of desertion in the past for some of my pile two people. And with it paired to the Seven of Pentacles, this to me, it feels hopeless a bit. Seven of Pentacles is about, and some of you guys, you may have been attracted to pile one as well, because we had the Seven of Pentacles also come out for pile one, but in the under the deck subconscious position. So some of you guys, you were also attracted to that pile. And if so, it's just confirmation that some messages in pile one are definitely for you and will probably apply in some way to this pile as well. So a few of you guys in this pile two, if you're also attracted to pile one, you got multiple hardships coming to an end for you very soon here. But with the Seven of Pentacles, again, like I said, this kind of feels a little like despair or hopelessness. Seven of Pentacles is about, I have so much work to do, but have no motivation to get it done. His tasks and responsibilities, they feel impossible because he just is not in the right mindset to do it, to tend to them. So both of these cards are, for me, they're screaming at those of you that pick this pile and have been in situations where you feel like, I do so much for other people, or I do so much for other situations. I put myself out there. I put myself on the line. I bend over backwards with the Seven of Pentacles, and it's never enough with this Eight of Cups. People still find reasons to leave. Eight of Cups over here. Or I still find a reason to leave with this Eight of Cups because I'm unsatisfied in some way. So another hardship ending for my pile twos is, one, the lack of motivation, and then also two, pouring so much of yourself into a situation that it still ends up in a way where something doesn't feel right for you. Something is just, I don't know if time, maybe that's why I heard time. I don't know if time kind of expires for you guys sooner than what you expect it to, where it's like, I put so much into this business, let's say, for instance. And then after a year or two, it's like, okay, now my life this just doesn't work in my life anymore. I have to move on. So you guys may find that you reluctantly have to move on a lot of times, or you're just dealing with a lot of different situations and people that find reasons to move on, or they have to move on, so things could feel a little fleeting for some of you. And that's another hardship that's kind of coming to an end, is just sort of this lack of stability, or maybe like this spontaneity here. It almost feels like a reluctant Sagittarian type of energy. But the Seven of Pentacles, even the Seven of Cups in reverse, it could be signaling for some of you that, only take it if it resonates, but some of you could be dealing with depression to some degree. Maybe you suspected it or knew for a fact that you've been dealing with depression, because the Seven of Cups upright is someone shooting their shot. It's a lottery or a crapshoot, right? There's 7 cups in front of them, and all they have to do is choose the right cup to have their happy ending, to finally have their happy ending. But obviously the Seven of Cups, it ends up leading to the Eight of Cups, where whatever they chose wasn't enough for them to feel satisfied. They still ended up walking away or having to walk away from it. So the Seven of Cups in reverse is many of you saying, I don't even want to try. I don't even want to shoot my shot. I've lost that hope that I will choose the right cup that'll actually make me happy. Seven of Cups in reverse is, I don't want to go to another job interview. I don't want to go on another date. I don't want to give this another chance. I don't want to go after my dreams again, because I'm sick of the letdown, the disappointment, and things not working out with the Eight of Cups. I'm tired of the rejection. I'm sick of having to walk away. I'm tired of having to leave this eventually. I don't have the energy to keep going at this with the Seven of Pentacles. I've lost that motivation. So that emotional turmoil has taken a physical toll. Seven of Pentacles, with Pentacles being all about the physical world. So this emotional sort of up and down has taken too much out of some of you guys. And that's a huge hardship coming to an end for you, because you're not giving up. It might feel like it. You might want to. You might even stop trying for the time being, but you will continue on with the Eight of Cups. That's what this card is all about. This isn't for me. I'm leaving everything here. I don't want to, but I'm moving forward. I'm walking away from this, and I'm not walking away in terms of giving up and not trying anymore. He still carries on. He still moves on. And you guys are about to hit some sort of a lottery. And this is like hitting the jackpot with a potential partner or job or financial situation, maybe a health concern or a loved one that has been going through a hard time. There's been a heavy emotional weight many of you have been trying to power through. You've been trying to keep up with your workload and your responsibilities, even though you don't have the energy or there's no incentive with the Seven of Pentacles over here. A lot of you may feel like you have lost a reason to keep going after what you want in life. Maybe you guys feel as though this isn't in my life anymore. I really love this thing. I love this job. I love this person. I love this part of my life. And now it's in the past. Now it's behind me. Now I don't have that anymore. What reason do I have to keep going? What reason do I have to reach higher, to go for more? What's the point? So this does kind of feel a little nihilistic, not for all of you, but for a handful of you, there could be a little bit of that going on, where it's just what is the point in this? I'm so sick of trying and getting nothing out of it, or not getting enough out of it. But just know that initiative is coming back. That hope and ambition will come back, because something in you will not give up. Your destiny refuses to let you give up, because you are fated to have the very thing that your heart craves. Expect better days ahead emotionally, and especially for those of you that feel like a relationship is about to end as well. If it ends, it's because they are moving out of the way for you to be with someone that will fulfill you, whether this is romantic, platonic, even family. I see a lot of relationships on the verge of a breakup that doesn't necessarily happen. So you guys may feel like this is super rocky right now. I don't know what's about to happen. Seven of Cups in reverse. I feel like I say the wrong thing, I do the wrong thing, all this comes apart, and the breakup just doesn't happen. So someone here, if you feel like you're on the verge of a divorce, a separation, a breakup, anything like that, it's actually, from my end, it doesn't look like it's going to actually happen. It looks like you guys are going to actually work through it. So you either fight through, or you eventually come back together after breaking up. And for those of you struggling with that person or relationship or family, someone is about to make an attempt with you to fix things, because with you being depleted, this is you protecting yourself. The Seven of Pentacles, on an emotional and spiritual level. Physically, you guys have created some sort of boundaries where it's I'm not trying anymore. I'm not going after this anymore. I'm sick of the cycle. I'm ejecting myself out of this repetitious pattern that is endless. It feels endless. It feels like we get it back right, and then boom, it falls apart again. It feels like I get that business off the ground and then boom, it falls apart again. Or, it's like whatever that repetition is, you guys have lost motivation for, because a lot of you are protecting yourself and you may not notice that just yet. But you feel the need to disengage so you don't burn out or have an emotional breakdown. And this is when, for some of you, let me stress that some of you here, that downtime that you take is when someone makes some sort of an initiative with you to fix things or to get to a healthier place or to help you out, to support you in some way. So you're supposed to be taking care of you right now, pile 2, no question about it. Also, too, I just heard, tell them that a delay is going to end. I don't know what the delay is, but I just heard that specifically. So some sort of delays are also coming to an end if you guys have been dealing with a lot of that. Okay, let's grab what flipped over. We have here humor. Okay, so humor kind of just like, it says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Like I said, there is for some of you guys, there could have been some depression here. Oh, let me show you guys these other ones. I'm not going to keep them out because I believe humor wanted to be seen, but we have here freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Pride. I love myself and I see myself and everyone in peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. But humor, I believe, is the one that wanted to be seen. And underneath the deck for you, we have relationships. Yeah. That kind of did feel like that could be the situation for some of you. Like I was mentioning with your 8 of Cups, it feels like abandonment, but like maybe some of you guys feel like you keep getting left in some way or neglected in some way. And it says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. This was in reverse. So this is another hardship coming to an end for a lot of my pile 2s, is those relationships that some of you guys, you may feel like you are drawn or attracted to the wrong people. And maybe like you don't have that discernment to see it in the beginning. And it's not until you get into the relationship, you're 6 months in, a year in, 3 years in, 5 years in, before you actually see their true colors, before you actually see they're not necessarily serving my higher good. In order for me to serve my higher good right now, I have to leave this relationship after I've put all this time into it. Like I was saying, a lot of you guys, you feel like I've been over backwards. I put all my time into this, all my energy into this. I've given the best part of myself to this, and it's still not enough. So this is another hardship ending for you guys as well, is feeling as though you're attracted to the wrong people, the wrong relationships, the wrong situations that just end up forcing you to choose your higher good by leaving. Okay. Or these people maybe end up leaving and you guys have to go through this whole process again, where it's like, okay, I have to learn how to love myself again. I have to learn how to be okay with letting go and saying goodbye. But we have here humor that flipped over. And I believe that this is something else, another hardship that's coming to an end. Is like I said, some of you guys, you could be dealing with depression, a little bit of nihilism, despair, that feeling of hopelessness. Humor is coming back into your life, where it says here, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. That's exactly what ends up happening in the 8 of Cups. This humor card is totally the 8 of Cups card. It ends up leading to the 9 of Cups, complete self-fulfillment. And then the 10 of Cups, just this overwhelming feeling of joy. Like life cannot get any better. That's what the 8 of Cups ends up leading to. It ends up leading to this place of humor where it's like, I can't believe I'm this happy right now. I can't believe this is my life. So for you guys, this is what the 8 of Cups chooses to do. He chooses to focus on the lighter side of life. He chooses to focus on moving forward and saying, yeah, I'm leaving these cups behind. I don't want to, but I know what's meant for me will find me, or I will find it. So he chooses to focus on the lighter side of the situation, even though it may be difficult at the time. So this is another thing coming into you guys' life. Like I said, your fate and destiny will not allow you guys to quit. It won't allow you guys to give up, because there's something good coming, and definitely in the form of relationships. Okay. So for my pile 2s here about relationships, and that was a message that came through at the end of you guys' tarot energy here, was whatever breakup, if some of you guys here in this pile feel like you're about to have a breakup or a separation or a divorce, it doesn't actually happen. And for those of you, if it does happen, you guys actually end up coming back together when you're supposed to at the right time, when you guys are both coming from your highest place. Okay, let's see what else we get for you. We have here taking risks, and then underneath the deck here we have stillness. Stillness may feel like taking a risk for you guys. It may feel like for you guys taking a risk, 7 of Pentacles, not having that motivation, having some form of stillness may feel very risky, and you guys may not have the energy to care that it's risky. You guys may just know that I have to be still right now. As risky as this feels, as risky as it used to feel for me, me fighting something is not going to serve me. It's not going to help me. So you guys may just feel like you're kind of surrendering to whatever is happening in your life right now. That's actually going to end up serving you guys a lot. So expect that too. Like I said earlier, when we were looking at you guys as tarot cards, there could be somebody coming into your life because you're still. So when we're still, that means that people in other situations, they kind of have to come to us because we're still. So when you're still is when you're in that receptive energy, that receptive mode, usually. And that's when we attract. That's when we receive. That's when we call or bring things in. So you guys being still right now, it may feel as though you're taking a risk, but you guys are actually drawing things in. That may be why your cups energy is here. We also have pentacles energy. Both of these energies, both of these suits, the pentacles and the cups, are feminine energy. Feminine energy is negative energy. In other words, that means that it draws things in, it pulls things towards it. So you guys may totally be in a receptive place right now and not even know it. And that may be why, like I said, for a lot of you guys, you're not really trying anymore. And that's a form of you guys actually protecting yourself. And you may not realize it, but what you're actually doing is drawing some things towards you. So it may feel like taking a risk, but it's actually it's actually an opportunity for you guys to hear even more, to discern even more about your surroundings and what's going on around you. Because it's another thing that you guys may be doing or feeling like you need to do is kind of connect to something deeper, connect to something bigger, connect to your spirituality, connect to a higher power, connect to God, to connect to the universe, in order to sort of get through something that feels a bit risky, or it feels like something's on the edge. Okay. So, like we were talking about, and as you can see, there's a cliffside here on this taking risks card. So you guys may kind of feel like you're on the edge of something. It could feel like something's about to fall apart, and you guys being still is actually a way of you avoiding that as well. Okay. So it's another hardship that's ending for you. All right. Let's see what signs that you guys are going to see right before this hardship comes to an end. Okay. So we have here crown and power lines underneath the deck energy. So crown says personal power, and then we have power lines energy. So this is why you guys are being still. This is why you guys may be feeling like you need to take a risk somewhere, or like maybe something is too risky for you to move, so you need to be still. You're going to have to be completely tuned into these readings, at least when it comes to my readings, to know how these cards are communicating for you, because some of you guys need to be still because you're on the edge. If you make a step, something's going to tip over, something's going to fall off. For others of you, this could be a message saying that you being still feels like taking a risk, or this is your time to take a risk, to move out of stillness and into taking a risk. Again, it's going to be extremely important for you to discern how these messages work for you with stillness and taking a risk, okay? But with crown personal power, this can kind of go either which way, where a lot of you guys, you're taking back your personal power in some way. Like I was talking about this 8 of Cups, some of you guys, you may feel like you've been abandoned a lot of the times. And this is you guys taking back your personal power by saying, I'm going to be still. I'm not chasing anymore. I'm not going after this thing anymore. If somebody doesn't want to be in my life, if something wants to move in the opposite direction of me, if something wants to cross my boundaries and not respect my boundaries and respect my needs, then I'm taking that personal power back and I'm being still. I'm going to take a risk and move away from this energy, or move away from this situation, or move away from this person, or allow them to move away from me. So a lot of you guys right now, you're actually in a period of taking your personal power back, or really embracing your personal power. But you guys may notice a lot of imagery surrounding crowns, surrounding regality, royalty, things like that. Even like a lot of Leo energy as well is very connected to personal power. The solar plexus chakra. So anything with like crowns, royalty, Leo energy, you guys may notice that you keep saying right before some sort of hardship ends for you. So right before you guys maybe attract something or someone into your life, you may notice that you feel like you are completely in your personal power at that moment. And again, you guys may be seeing a lot of crowns. You may be seeing a lot of crowns, and also too with crown here, you guys may be feeling like your crown chakra is very activated as well. And sometimes that can feel like that can manifest in really weird ways. Sometimes it can manifest as like a lot of headaches, because the crown is your literal crown. It's like where you would put a crown on your head. That's where your crown chakra is. So you guys may be noticing that you have some headaches, or that there's tingling around your crown chakra area. That's what I usually get when my crown chakra is really activated, or when I'm in real deep meditation or prayer. That's when I feel like a lot of activity around my crown chakra. And for me, it comes through as, it almost feels like electricity, like power lines. Yeah, it kind of feels like electricity. It sort of feels like tingling or something around my crown. So you guys may feel something like that. You guys may feel very protective right now about your head or your head area, not having your head touched or your hair touched, something like that. Something could be going on with your hair, because that's where we have our crown area. So you guys may be changing your hair, cutting your hair, something like that, anything dealing with the crown. And then we have power lines energy. So you guys may notice something going on with the power in your area, power going out, voltage, things like that. You guys may even notice something to do with like ley lines. If you guys are into looking up things like that, if you're close to a ley line, you guys may sort of notice that. But another thing too that you guys may notice with power lines and energy is that you may notice like energy starts to act a little weird around you guys, or power may start to act a little weird around you guys. Like let's say you enter a room and the TV flickers, or like what happened to me the other day, somehow randomly all the way upstairs, my entire like something turned on and nobody touched it. It just randomly came on. So it's like stuff like that may be happening around you guys. You'll know if it's the right energy or not, but there may be stuff like that going on for you guys with this power lines energy card. So watch out for any sort of electricity around you guys just acting a little wonky, acting a little weird. Let's see what is healing for you. We have slow and steady, just like the stillness card over here, and then home. So with slow and steady, or slow but steady here, you guys may feel as though you're taking a step back. You may feel as though you're slowing down. You may feel as though you're disengaging. You may feel as though, all right, I'm sorry, you guys, I had a phone call come in, but with slow but steady, you guys maybe you're changing up your pacing somewhere. So like, let's just say, for instance, I keep using relationships in your reading as an example. Well, yeah, relationships card also came out for you, and with these cups cards. But let's just say that like back in the day, you used to take relationships, like you used to move very quickly. You guys are slowing down your pacing somewhere, because you're not as willing to give so much of yourself anymore to certain situation, not even certain situations, just when it comes to anything. You guys are a lot more kind of protective over yourself and over your boundaries and your needs and your emotional needs and things like that. So when it comes to slow but steady, I feel like you guys are lessening how much you give of yourself. So it could be a change in pacing, but I'm more so picking up that you guys are just moving more slowly. I'm not going to give so much of myself. I'm going to wait to see what this situation or person can offer me. Then I'll give of myself, but it's like, it's a lot more balanced the way that you guys are moving, and the way that you guys are treating situations, relationships, things like that, to make sure that you guys are still holding on to your personal power and your own energy, and not giving so much energy of yourself, or not giving so much of your energy away, not giving so much of your personal power away, for instance. So you guys are just moving more slowly. So that's another thing that's getting healed as well, is just it could be a sort of eagerness, so that's another thing getting healed, is that you guys just sort of feeling like, I can take my time and still not be worried about missing something or losing something, or still not be worried about if something's going to work out or not. It's like you guys have sort of let go of that. I can't even call it control, but it's kind of like you guys have let go of that fear, I guess we could call it. Let's see what personal message from your spiritual team in terms of the attitude that they want you to have moving forward. So we have here, I am forgiving. I am forgiving. And underneath the deck, we have, I am beautiful. Okay, so like I told you guys at the end of your tarot reading here, you guys are meant to be taking care of yourself right now. And this could be another reason why the slow but steady card came out, and the stillness card, and the personal power, and even relationships, just because you guys are aware that you need to do things for you right now, for your own happiness, for your own health, for your own mental health, for your own emotional health. And with this I am forgiving card, that is one of the things that it's one of the attitudes that your spiritual team really wants you guys to take on, because something about you guys being forgiving, letting stuff go, like we were talking about with this 8 of Cups down here, he neatly stacks these cups and says, even though these aren't meant for me and I was emotionally attached to them in some way, I'm going to neatly stack them. He neatly stacks them in a way to say, like, no love lost here. No love. I'm going to walk away from this because this isn't for me. And just because this isn't for me doesn't mean I need to burn any bridges. It doesn't mean I need to be hell on wheels. It doesn't mean I need to walk around with any sort of resentment or anything like that. Could be why some of you guys were drawn to pile 1, because a message similar to that kind of came up. So with this I am forgiving card here, this is something that your spiritual team really wants you guys to take on as an attitude, just in terms of being more accepting of how things maybe end up, being more accepting of the circumstances, even the circumstances that you don't necessarily like. So you can release that energy so you're not harboring anything or holding on to anything. And with I am beautiful, this is all about you guys seeing your worth. This is all about you guys knowing that no matter what, you are still you. You are still beautiful. You are still desirable. You are still attractive. So this is why you guys are focusing on yourself right now. You're getting back to a place of your own personal power where you can just focus on you, where you can feel good about yourself, despite any sort of abandonment that you guys may have dealt with in the past, despite certain things not working out that you really, really, really had high hopes for. This is not going to change the way that you guys see yourself. As you can see with her, she's looking into a mirror. So this is all about how you guys see yourself, how you identify, who you think you are, who you know yourself to be. And you guys, again, taking that personal power back, putting that crown on your head and saying, I know who I am despite whatever happens with these 8 cups here. And then a personal message from the Ntr Aset, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. And I wanted to hear from her today because she became known at getting out of very undesirable situations, like being able to heal herself out of them and being able to heal others out of, their own grieving and trauma and sadness and things like that. And so we have here, Truths Unveiled came out, the revelation of Isis. So the Ntr Aset has been revealing a lot of stuff to you guys. This is why you got the 8 of Cups came out for you. This is why stillness is here. This is why slow but steady is here. This is why power lines energy and crown personal power is here. And relationships, because you guys have had to have a lot of truths unveiled. So we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. When we're dealing with the 7s in tarot, they can talk about illusions. So you guys have had to have a lot of things revealed to you. And that may be very difficult, but people and situations reveal themselves to us through their actions most of the time. It's not even their words. It's usually through their actions. So if you guys have felt like people have left you or situations have left you or have disappointed you, that's because there's a certain truth there. There's information there that you guys are supposed to pay attention to that the Mother Aset has been trying to essentially put you guys onto. She doesn't want you to be in the dark. Okay, so with Truths Unveiled, the revelation of Isis, I'll read this out of the book. And underneath the deck, we have Rising Sun, the divine solar child reborn. You guys are being reborn, okay, through this situation. And this is the hardship, this ending for you guys is any sort of illusions that you guys may have felt like you fell victim to or prey to. That's just not happening anymore. Maybe you guys wanted to see the best in people or the best in situations. And so maybe you ignored certain things or just didn't, hold people in situations to a certain standard. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. That's why that slow but steady card is here. And Truths Unveiled says there are times when appearances of people, places, and things are truly deceptive. This is that 7 of Cups in reverse. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you. When you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you, you may think there is something wrong with you, but this is that I am beautiful, taking your power back, personal power over here. You may think something is wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. This is that power lines energy. It says it is wise to trust your inner feelings rather than being convinced by outward appearances. There's a situation in your life, especially involving relationships. This is that that relationships card coming out, where something is not as it is being made out to be. To avoid undue suffering later on, Aset guides you to truth and revelation now. So watch out for truth and revelation now. That's another hardship being handled for you guys, is the truth coming out. You guys knowing exactly where you stand, exactly what is going on. No more lies being told, no more illusions being thrown at you from other people, no more people using your emotional attachment to them as their own way of taking control over you or using your own power against you. Again, this is a time for you guys to take back your personal power and to take care of you right now. Okay, so really get close to the Mother Aset if you guys feel called to, because she's really here to help kind of like nourish you guys, or not even nourish, but like protect you guys through any sort of truths that need to be unveiled, or any sort of truths that have been unveiled that you guys may be having a hard time accepting. But other than that, pile 2, this is the hardships that are ending for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit, as well as the Mother Aset, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards, then I'll be pulling additional oracle cards later on to check out which struggle or hardship is about to come to an end for you in your life. So we're going to be pulling messages from the universe and your own spiritual team to see what energies are currently around you in your environment, as well as we'll also be channeling some messages / guidance from the mother, the Ntr Aset, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. So let's get started with your tarot energy here to see what energy is currently around you in terms of the hardships about to end in your life. So the very first card that we have here is the 5 of Daggers, which is the 5 of Swords. Then we have the Sovereign of Daggers, which is the Queen of Swords in this particular deck. This deck is the Threads of Fate Empyrean Tarot. I showed it in the intro, the box. So in this deck, they try to keep it gender neutral. So they'll use Sovereign for queens and rulers for kings. And then underneath the deck, your subconscious energy that we have here is the Anchor, which is otherwise known as the Emperor in this deck here. I don't know who maybe feels like they have. First thing coming through for you guys, pile 3. Yeah, pile 3 is, I don't know if there's somebody, it's not for all of you. Some of you may feel as though there is someone that is like they're in like it may feel like they're in a power struggle with you, but you don't necessarily feel like you're in a power struggle with them. But it may be somebody around you or in your life that is like competing for like top dog spot. That's the way I kind of would describe this 5 of Swords coming out for you guys. So it may kind of feel like someone is trying to take over or overpower you in some way in your own life or in your own home or in your own relationship. This could be like a family member. It could be like an in-law, could be a boss, anybody in your life. Could even be a child of yours that feels like, maybe they like have a controlling side or something maybe. There could be some judgments that you guys have been dealing with. That's a hardship that's coming to an end for you guys, though, especially if there's any sort of judgments or anything like that. But pile 3, looking at all 3 of your cards together, not just focusing on this 5 of Swords, there's been a lot of confusion, arguing and fights with this 5 of Swords that many of you have had. You had to, or you have tried to stay out of with this Queen of Swords over here. And that's the first hardship here that is coming to an end, is like bickering and wasting energy on fights that could have been prevented. You have so much foresight. You can see so far ahead of other people with this Queen of Swords here. She's a queen, right? So many times you guys clock people's, I don't want to call it like weakness, but you definitely kind of sense people's insecurities with this 5 of Swords over here. When someone is using certain tactics to get what they want. When someone is completely moving through ego, because your ego doesn't have have as much control over you with this Queen of Swords right here. You cannot help but to hear or notice someone's true intentions, basically. So your discernment is blessed. None of us are walking around here blind. We all have discernment. It's just about if we exercise that muscle, if we use it enough to understand it, to believe it, to have faith in it. And so when it comes to you guys' discernment, it's actually blessed because this Five of Swords is what is around you, raging like a storm. And I know that this Five of Swords is not you guys' energy. I know that this Five of Swords is what is around you because of the Queen of Swords and what happens in the background of the Queen of Swords in the RWS version. But even before getting to that, there's been some really tough times, possibly with work. I'm not saying a lot of hard times, but the severity of what you have gone through, it looks intense with this spread here. Like many of you have been through a fight or a very difficult situation and have had to remain strong with this Anchor or this Emperor here. This Emperor could be saying that you had to remain professional with a very unprofessional situation. Maybe you weren't allowed to act belligerently. Maybe you weren't allowed to have a reaction. So a hardship ending for some of you is a very difficult job or workspace. It has been very unfair. Even something with the team. I don't know why team keeps coming up, but the word team, I literally just saw it right in front of me. Like, I don't know if you guys are dealing with a team at work, or maybe if you're working with a team somewhere in your life, but there's something about a team here for one of you guys in this pile, at least one of you. But a lot of you guys, you may even go into work for yourself with this Emperor card here. And that may be what the team is talking about. You guys may be trying to surround yourself with the right team, especially if you're going into work for yourself, or if you already work for yourself, then you already know that you really need a team to get everything done. Like, it's very difficult to be a one-man band when you work for yourself. So yeah, that may be something, another hardship that's coming to an end, is you guys finding the right support system, the right people around you that is actually going to rally around you and be this team that you guys really need to get to the next level somewhere. But yeah, you guys could even feel like you may even feel pressured, or like you had to stay cool, calm, and collected. But she's a very steadfast queen, because in the original RWS version, or just in the RWS version, there is a storm happening behind the queen, where even the trees, like you can see the leaves like just like blowing off the trees. And the trees are almost bending from the extreme winds, and she's just sitting there untouched, as to say, no matter what is happening around me, mentally I'm beyond it, and because of that I cannot be moved. And because of this, the Queen of Swords is the voice of reason. No matter what is happening, she keeps her cool on an emotional level, and especially on a mental level, because she knows, in order for me to stay mentally clear in the midst of this storm, in the midst of this chaos, which is the Five of Swords, all the fives, they represent some form of chaos or some form of disorder. And so she's saying that even in the midst of disorder and chaos, I have to stay emotionally cool, calm, and collected for me to be clear enough to make rational decisions. So that sword that she's holding is her mind. That's how straight her mind is, in spite of the chaos happening around her with this Five of Swords over here. So she's a very resilient queen, and the Emperor is the most reliable character in tarot. He is consistent, and he is the epitome of sustainability. And so for many of you, this feels deeper than just the present moment. Many of you may have even been born into some form of instability or chaos, and it definitely could have been mental instability that you guys dealt with, like maybe a parent or a parental figure, or even like siblings or other people in your family. You could have witnessed them dealing with some sort of mental instability, with the Two Swords cards over here, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Swords. And you know exactly, because of that, you know exactly what instability is, you know what it looks like, and you may have even learned how to deal with it. But you had to really become self-reliant. A lot of you had to learn what it meant to be grounded on your own. You had to learn how to encourage yourself. You may have had to coach yourself through a lot of life experiences. So you may have even had to supervise yourself to some degree, because maybe your parents or some parental figures, whoever raised you, maybe they were kind of so consumed in their own stuff that you guys had to almost parent yourself in a way. For some reason, it feels like that to me. So a lot of you are not strangers to erratic people or situations and environments. Unpredictability is something that you have almost numbed yourself to because you don't depend on others. So some of you are very strict about not relying on anyone other than you. And it's not even out of spite or anger. You genuinely just prefer it that way because you know that situations and people can be very like unaware with the Five of Swords. Us human beings can be powerless to the ego, which is exactly what the Five of Swords is all about. In that RWS version of the card, we see someone who has taken the swords of his opponents. He has taken their weapons for himself, and he still is trying to fight them. In a way to say that this Five of Swords, he plays dirty. He means to win by any means necessary. He doesn't care how low he has to go. He will win. That's the most important thing to him. That's what he prioritizes. You may have had to deal with a lot of people or situations that were that way. You guys may be dealing with that right now with this Five of Swords. Like I picked up in the very beginning of your reading. Some of you guys, you may be dealing with someone that is very they're willing to win by any means necessary. Maybe they feel like they're in a power struggle with you. Maybe they're trying to come in and take over in some way. It could be like a coworker or a boss. It could be somebody in your family, just anywhere in your environment, because this energy is around you. Again, it's around you. And the thing that keeps coming through is people being malicious. People may be trying to hurt you or cut you down. They may have tried to attack your character or come for who you are because you are so immovable with the anchor over here. People almost become fixated on that with you. Between the anchor, the emperor, and the Queen of Swords herself, people almost become obsessed with like, why can't I affect pile 3? It may make them feel inferior. So someone or some situation has deliberately tried to get a rise out of you somewhere with this Five of Swords. They've tried to make you come out your face, or in other words, they try to make you reactive, right? So because it would make them feel more equal to you. It's like the ultimate validation that they want or need to be like, see, pile 3 is just like me. But the difference is you have a core pile 3 and this other situation or person, they don't. They're kind of lacking that. And they rely solely and purely on the ego. And the ego is the most fragile thing in existence. It is not sustainable at all. So whoever this is, it could be, again, a coworker, someone that claims to be a friend, a family member, or, any sort of situation in your life. Whatever this is, it has manifested as an actual hardship for you and is being moved out of your way because the situation kind of refuses to change, or just it continues to be some sort of like a nuisance in your life, or it's just poking at you, trying to get your attention. It could even be a chronic situation. This could be even like a health condition, but whoever or whatever is actively trying to make your life more difficult is being removed from your life. Okay. So you just won't really have to deal with that as much anymore. So let's start grabbing some oracle cards for you. Just seeing what we get in terms of the hardship that's about to come to an end in your life. Okay, we had 2 cards. See that? Okay, so what were we talking about with the Five of Swords? This is this is always crazy to me when the oracle cards do this and they confirm. So we have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So pride can be a healthy thing. Too much pride or even too little of it, it can cause issues. And the Five of Swords is exactly as we talked about. It is all about somebody who is completely moving through ego. This is somebody that they don't care about what they have to do to win. They have so much pride because they don't have a core, because maybe they are lacking self-esteem somewhere. And they have an unhealthy sense of pride. They have an unhealthy way of expressing themselves in their ego. So when it comes to pride over here for you guys, that is a big hardship that's ending. Where for you, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. This is that understanding. This is that Queen of Swords understanding coming in, where it's like I said, like I mentioned in the beginning of you guys' tarot reading, you guys know when people are moving through their ego. You know what a person's insecurities are. And this is why it says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. You guys are able to understand why people are acting the way that they are. Like I said, some of you guys, you may have grown up in instability, so you know what it looks like and you guys know how to handle it. And the very situation that you guys may be dealing with right now, it may be something that you kind of came up dealing with. You may have grown up dealing with a type of person that's very prideful, that is moving completely through ego, that doesn't care about other people's feelings, that wins by any means necessary. So for you guys, it's like it just rolls off your back. It just doesn't get to you. you know, with that Queen of Swords energy there. And that's what kind of shakes people up about you, or maybe even intimidates them with between the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. These are two like powerful cards. They pack a lot of power where it can make the people around you very uncomfortable. So with the Pride, that's a big hardship that's coming to an end, is anybody that is moving through an unhealthy sense of pride and ego, aka the Five of Swords. Then we have here Peace. I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. Like I said, when we start off with your Five of Swords, a lot of you guys have been dealing with a lot of confusion or fighting or bickering. And these are the types of issues that you guys like, you look at it and you go, this could have been prevented. We could have already talked about this. We could have avoided this with your Queen of Swords. You're able to see that. And so this is the peace. Peace is starting to come in. I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. Yeah, you guys are, more peace is coming into a certain situation that was very chaotic. Like I said, some sort of chaotic situation or person is being removed from your life and peace is coming in. And then underneath the deck for you guys, we have friendship. Okay, so this could be a friendship that a lot of you guys are dealing with. Maybe you're dealing with a friend that's not acting like a friend. Maybe you're dealing with a friend that's acting through a lot of pride right now. You guys could be dealing with somebody with some sort of like maybe jealousy or envy. Maybe they know about something that's going on in your life and maybe they're not able to be very happy for you right now. But it could be a certain friend in your life that's acting with a lot of pride, or that is causing a lot of chaos in your life, that is stealing a lot of peace in your life. And you guys have had to be very patient with them, with this Queen of Swords over here. You know, so you guys could have grown up with a sibling that's acting, that a friend is acting just like, or, you know, something like that. But with friendship, it says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So a lot of you guys are aware of the fact that it's like this person, whether it's a friend, family member, romantic partner, it doesn't matter. For a majority of you, it could be a friendship though, for this friendship card to be underneath the deck. But for you guys, it's like, you're very aware of the fact that it's like, oh, I know exactly why you're in my life. I know exactly what the situation is trying to show me. So it's like you guys are looking past, you're looking past the Five of Swords, you're looking past the chaos, you're looking past the storm, the same exact way that the Queen of Swords does that. She looks past all of that that's happening behind her, and she stays focused on the truth and the truth only. She can't see or hear anything else because it's not affecting her. It's irrelevant. She's aware that it's irrelevant. A lot of us, we get caught up in the noise and in the chaos and in the circus. The Queen of Swords, she's above that. She's like, I know that this is just a distraction from the actual point. So for you guys, a lot of you guys, you're totally in your Queen of Swords energy, or you're moving into that, where you're able to see a person you're able to see that a person is, maybe they're acting a certain way that you don't appreciate, but you're able to see the situation behind that. You're able to see the energy or the spirit behind this person or the situation. And so that's what a lot of you guys are focused on. So a lot of you guys are very powerful spiritually in terms of being able to just completely not like look past that and just be like, okay, I need to do some healing. I need to do some cleansing. I need to focus on this. I need to be aware of that. Okay, let's grab some other oracle cards for you guys. So we have here diligence, and then we have release. We're in the fall right now. And that's exactly what this card represents. It like represents the fall time where the leaves are falling from the trees, or at least in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in the fall season. And so a lot of you guys, this is your actual season right now to release. And this may be why you guys are very aware of what's going on around you, because there's maybe certain situations or experiences from your past that maybe you still subconsciously held on to in a way that you need to release. You need to let go of. You need to let go of this energy, or you need to let go of this lesson maybe. And this may actually be the season that this is happening for you. So with this release card coming out, and it represents fall, and we're currently in the fall season, this is telling me that for my pile threes, right now is actually the time where a lot of this hardship will be alleviated or moved out of your life. This isn't something that you have to wait that long for. This is something that is starting to happen right now. And another thing that you guys may notice, because like as the leaves fall from the trees become bare, you guys may notice that someone's mask falls off. And when I say mask, I don't necessarily mean like they are somebody's being like fake with you or something, because like I said, you guys' discernment is blessed. You're able to see past what a person is saying or doing. You're able to know exactly what's behind it. So what you guys may notice is that a lot of people around you, they release their pride, they release their ego, and they kind of make themselves vulnerable to you in terms of like, hey, this is why I'm acting like this. So it could be somebody, a friend, in particular, coming to my pile threes, just saying, okay, let me drop my swords. Let me drop my defensiveness. Let me just drop my feelings and come at you real and let you know what's going on and why I'm acting this way, why I'm acting out, why I'm feeling this way. So a lot of things are being released starting right now for my pile threes. And then we have here diligence over here. This is doing your due diligence. This is you guys like getting down to the details of exactly what's going on and why. So this is you guys being able to have that bird's eye point of view, exactly like the Queen of Swords. This diligence card is the Queen of Swords in the form of this oracle card here, because like I said, the Queen of Swords, she's focused on the truth and the truth only. She's not focused on the chaos happening around her. So for you guys, you're actually able to see very, very clearly into a certain situation, and whatever it is that you guys are seeing or noticing, you guys haven't been able to solve it on your own. Like I said in the beginning, you guys have noticed a issue where it's like, we could have prevented this. I know what's going on. I'm aware of what's going on, but this other person, they're not hearing me. Or, when I try to talk to them, they can only see from their point of view. So this was something that you guys weren't able to actually help. The Queen of Swords wasn't actually able to give any sort of insight to a particular situation. You kind of had to let the storm ride out on its own. And that may have been very frustrating. But this lets me know with this diligence card that you guys are not necessarily going to have to point out certain details to the situation or to this person. Somebody is very aware of what they've been doing and how they've been manifesting as a Five of Swords, as a certain storm in your life. And whatever it is that you guys have been saying about this person or situation, they will start to notice about themselves, and they'll start to actually release certain energies from themselves that keep them where they want to. They enjoy chaos, they enjoy the storm, they enjoy the distractions, they enjoy that noise. A part of them enjoys it for whatever reason. So you guys will notice that you won't necessarily have to do a lot of explaining to this particular situation or person. Let's see what signs you guys may see right before this hardship. Okay, so right before this hardship ends in your life, you guys may see, we have here anchor, stability, just like it says the anchor card with the Emperor over here. So you guys are going to notice, you may notice images of anchors or ships or something like that, or even red doors around you right before this hardship comes to an end. And this hardship's going to come to an end in the form of people realizing what sort of negative influence or energy that they've been in your life. People are going to realize how problematic they've been in your own life. And I don't know how they're going to realize that. Maybe they get humbled in some way. I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it is just you guys not engaging with them, you guys not sinking down to their level, you guys not going back and forth, like sparring with them essentially. And that's what kind of makes them realize like, wow, I've been really difficult to deal with. So I think you guys are going to notice something stabilize, and it could be your own environment. It could be your life that stabilizes because you guys kind of maybe get away from that person. Maybe you get away from that environment. Maybe you release them from your own life and from your own energy. And maybe you guys stop engaging with this person. Maybe you guys have been arguing with them, going back and forth. Like I said, there's been a lot of bickering somewhere. So maybe you guys actually stop doing it. And when they stop having access to you, that is when you guys notice a lot of stability come in, and that you guys are gonna notice a lot of stability right before this hardship is solved in your life. And then we have your sunflower action. So somebody may take action, you guys may take action, you guys may just feel the need to make a certain decision right now and to stick to that decision when it comes to releasing someone from your life or releasing something from your life, and you're releasing it to bring in peace. So you guys may notice that it's like you have this strong need or feeling to make some sort of a decision, like, I'm going to stop talking to this person. I'm going to stop engaging with the situation. And that's going to be a big sign that you notice happen. Like the emperor, the anchor, he is all about making decisions. And then look at what we have again underneath the deck: peace, more peace, harmony. This is what you guys are going to notice right before this hardship is relieved from your life. It's almost not even going to be like a transitionary phase. It's almost just going to go from like a lot of noise to all of a sudden, boom, the storm just goes away. It just evaporates in thin air. Like it just, flip of a switch, things just change. And all of a sudden things are quiet, things are peaceful, things are harmonious. You've released this and things just change out of nowhere. So you guys will notice a lot more peace and harmony coming in. Let's see what's being healed in you guys' life. We have joy, and it was in reverse. So there's joy. Death in reverse is underneath the deck as well. But we have joy came out for you guys. So this is what's being healed for you. It's just you guys' ability to have joy. Anything that's been interfering with that, again, it's being moved out of the way. Because you guys right now, you're in a space where you're like, all I want is some peace and quiet. All I want is joy. All I want is harmony in my life. And so that's what's being healed for you guys, is your ability to have joy, ability to feel joy and to experience it without it being interrupted by this storm. An attitude that the universe and your spiritual team wants you guys to take on right now. I'm going to show you guys the card that came out underneath, but I believe this card wanted to be seen. It says, I am a dreamer. And then we have, I can change my thoughts. So with I'm a dreamer right here, you guys are allowed to dream. You're allowed to see better for your life. You guys are allowed to believe in harmony. It may have felt like a long shot before, just being like, okay, I want peace in my life, but let's just say, for example, but my sibling has never been peaceful. Our relationship has never been good. You guys are allowed to want that. You're allowed to dream that. And this is the attitude that your spiritual team wants you to take on. Like, maybe it doesn't seem, because the Queen of Swords is extremely logical and she takes patterns and history into account. And she's like, listen, things have always been this way. They'll probably always be this way. And she pays attention to that and she makes an informed decision based off of that. But for you guys, your spiritual team, they want you to take on the attitude of being a dreamer. And if you want peace, if you want quiet, if you want harmony, if you want friendship, if you want a healthy dose of pride and stability in your life, then your spiritual team wants you to take on the attitude of being a dreamer and seeing that for yourself and for your life and believing that it can happen. And then we have I'm connected underneath the deck here. So you guys may feel, we have the sign of Gemini, the twins here. So you guys may this may be someone that you guys are dealing with that almost feels like, if you guys subscribe to the idea of like twin flames or soulmate, it could be totally a friend or family member, romantic partner, someone or something in your life that you're very connected to. And this is why you guys understand them so much. There is twinning energy here. You guys know I don't really believe in twin flames. It's just a me thing. But there's something here in you guys' pile about you knowing, you really, really know the person or the situation that you're dealing with. Like it says, what's that one card say? I love myself and I see myself in everyone. You guys can see yourself, or you can see straight through a certain person or situation. With this I am connected card right here, that is coming out to confirm that ability that you guys have to see straight through that storm, to see straight through people's pride and ego and that Five of Swords. And let's just get a final message here from the Ntr Aset, or the goddess Isis, because she was a master healer. She's known as a master healer. So we have here the Eye of Horus, awakening divine perception. And then we have here High Priestess, mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. And who else is a High Priestess? Queen of Swords. She's a High Priestess in very many ways. She's a logical one, but she is still very gifted with knowing and discerning. Like I said, you guys' discernment is blessed. So we have High Priestess, mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. You guys are able to see through a situation or a person. You're able to understand their mysteries. You're able to unravel those mysteries and those secrets and the things about a person or a situation that seems confusing for everyone else. You guys just know it. You just get it. So I'm also going to read this out of the book, as well as Eye of Horus, awakening divine perception. Again, you guys' discernment is blessed. Okay. And then underneath the deck here, we have Queen of Heaven, blessings from the Divine Empress of the Skies. Mother Aset also has a blessing to bestow upon you guys. But let me read both of these out of the book. And Eye of Horus here says, the Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. Exactly. So you guys are protected as well as you are given insight into the situation. Like we were talking about your entire reading, you guys can see straight through something. Your perception is blessed. Your discernment is blessed. It says you are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. Like we've been talking about your whole reading. It says you have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception, Queen of Swords, and know that you are divinely protected. You guys are protected. Again, just like in the Queen of Swords, that storm does not affect her, does not bother her. She is completely shielded from that just because she chooses to be. So kind of basically in a lot of ways, the Queen of Swords almost kind of controls the storm. High Priestess here says, beloved Isis gazes upon you now, and behind her vast eyes, mysteries are unveiled. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. You will be gaining valuable insight. There's that word insight again, into where you are being led and for what purpose. It is an exciting moment in your unfoldment. Have reverence and an open heart and mind, and patiently wait, and wait patiently for the grand revelation that is on its way. So there's a revelation on its way. And also too, another hardship that is being relieved for you guys is more clarity around you guys' direction in life is unfolding. So if your direction, if the clarity around your own like personal direction has seemed really foggy, that's another hardship that is getting lifted. That's another storm that's getting cleared up in you guys' life. So you can see clearly and make the decisions that are best for you. Okay. And pile 3. Yeah, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, and the Mother Aset for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. All right, pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we are starting off with your tarot cards, and I'll be pulling additional oracle cards to check out what hardship or struggle is about to come to an end in your life. So we're going to be pulling messages from your entire spiritual team, looking into the energy surrounding your environment right now. And then we'll also be pulling some messages / guidance from the Mother Aset, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. So let's get started. The very first tarot card that we have for you is the 6 of Wands. Then we have the 10 of Cups. And then we have the World. So for you, pile 4, it's going to sound a little weird, but it's not a hardship that's ending for you. There's such a big win and life change coming for you with the 6 of Wands that it'll completely take your focus off of what was going wrong with this 10 of Cups in the World over here. Whatever hardship that you are dealing with right now at the time that you're seeing this reading is about to shrink in size and become so minute compared to the victory that is on its way for you. And this is a victory because it literally closes out or shuts down this chapter for you, which has been challenging with the World card here. World card is the final card in the major arcana. It's the end of the Fool's journey. 6 of Wands is the card of success. 10 of Cups is another card talking about completion, because it's saying there's no more that I could possibly want or ask for in life. That is how fulfilled the 10 of Cups is. So you could be reaching some sort of milestone that you were unsure of with everything that was happening. Maybe you weren't sure if you'd get to celebrate 10 years of marriage, for instance. Maybe you weren't so sure if you'd graduate or become a homeowner or have a family with this 10 of Cups over here. There could definitely be a hardship that is coming to an end when it comes to family, starting a family, completing your family. Maybe you wanted another child to feel complete. Maybe you wanted a new home to feel more complete, or the right job, or a marriage. Whatever this is, you guys have been in like this nesting phase where you have essentially been preparing your life to welcome in this new reality. Watch out for 444 as well, because it's currently on my clock. But a lot of you may be able to confirm this by saying like, yeah, I prepared for this new child like I was already pregnant. I prepared for this new job as if I already had it. I made room for this home by saving money for it or picking out the furniture before I even had the place. The point is you guys made room, because that's what completion cards signal in the world of tarot. Something coming to an end. It comes to an end in order to make way for the new. And that's the success with the Six of Wands. So we'll definitely pull some oracle cards to try and get some details on what the success could be. But this isn't just success where it's like accomplishing a goal. This is a type of achievement that feels blessed with the Six of Wands sitting beside the Ten of Cups. This type of blessing that feels like you have reached the end of a journey with the World card over here. Like there's nothing more I could want. There is nothing else I need to achieve. There's nothing else I need to do. It's just such a peaceful place when we're dealing with the World card. Where it can manifest is right now, I feel like I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. That's the epitome of the World card. So interesting enough, I don't see anything here with your tarot energy about a hardship. Not because you guys aren't dealing with any challenges, but because your guides specifically, when it comes to you and your pile 4, they just want to focus on where your attention is about to be. You're about to be so enamored with some sort of change. All your priorities and concentration is about to zero in on what makes you happy. That's all you're going to be able to see. That's all you're going to be able to talk about. That's all you're going to be able to notice. It's going to completely consume you, is like some sort of happiness. I mean, all of these cards talk about like Six of Wands it talks about success and achievement. 10 of Wands is like the ultimate emotional fulfillment. And the World is like, I've done everything here that I needed to do. The World card is like, I've reached the top of this place that I've been wanting to get to. So it's kind of like your tarot cards, they almost feel as though you from the future is saying like, whatever that hardship was or that challenge was that I was dealing with, I don't even remember it anymore. I don't even know its name. I can't even see it anymore. Where, who, what? It's like it doesn't exist anymore. Because something completely just takes over that makes you so happy. Each one of these cards are it's like a different level of happiness. It's not even I can't even call it happy. Like happy wouldn't do these cards justice. But prepare for a happy chapter though. Prepare for a chapter of just total joy and fulfillment and feeling like you're in your purpose. Obviously, I have to say this as well, because some people think when they hear a message like this in tarot that means that there will never be another problem or challenge or hardship or difficulty in my life. And sometimes some people will think that like the tarot reader, me in this case, is only focusing on the good, but I can only give you what I'm sensing first of all. And obviously this is life. There will always be lessons and challenges, even in our happiest of chapters. There's always going to be things that we have to push ourselves through, but it doesn't negate the happy times and the moments or even seasons that we experience from time to time. Life itself, it ebbs and flows. And that's what I'm seeing for you guys, is a major shift in a particular season for you that feels much more good than bad, or it feels much easier than challenging. Literally everywhere you look with the World card, it's like you won't have a reason to not smile, because there's something coming in that's going to have you feeling so grateful. It's the epitome, it's the definition of like, I've made it in a lot of ways. Like I've made it. I don't even have something else in mind that I want. I don't have any more desires. I don't have any more goals. I don't have any more aspirations, because I've made it. I've reached it. So let's start grabbing some oracle cards, because I want to get some details as to what this could be for my pile 4s. Okay, so let's see. So we have here freedom that fell out in reverse. It says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And then fear in reverse was underneath the deck. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So obviously these two cards together are saying that you guys are about to experience freedom from fear. Okay. Some of you guys, you've been maybe so wrapped up in fear or worry, concerns, anxiety, whatever it may be. There was something that maybe you couldn't rest from, and that kind of took over in a way where maybe you were just waiting for the other shoe to fall. Maybe you were waiting for the ball to drop. Maybe you were waiting for some bad news. Maybe you were waiting for things to take a bad turn. And that fear could have manifested in a way where it stole you guys' joy in a sense, or your peace. And so fear is a hardship that is being relieved from you guys. where you won't necessarily feel that fear. Maybe it'll still be there in some ways, but you guys won't be so focused on it. You won't use your every moment or action to try and avoid something that you're afraid of, because you're going to feel, it's not that the world card feels in control, but the world card feels as though there's nothing that I haven't experienced. There's nothing that I haven't done. There's not too many ways that you can actually scare me, because I've seen everything. I've experienced everything. And that is where that freedom is coming from. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So you guys are going to take your own happiness into your hands somewhere. And like I was saying, it's going to, essentially this freedom card is saying it's going to feel like happiness is in the palm of your hands. And that's why you guys are going to be like, whatever's happening in my life right now is so good. I'm not focusing on anything else, because I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. I possess the power and the free will to focus on either what scares me or what makes me feel free, what makes me feel happy, what makes me feel at peace. And you guys are going to really kind of take control of that. Yeah, you expect a lot more freedom. There's more freedom coming in. You guys may have been attracted to another pile in today's reading as well. I won't say which, but if you were, you're going to know just based off of this freedom word, that if you were attracted to that pile, it's just more confirmation coming in. In this pile, that freedom is just for sure something that is like you guys are going to be experiencing, is freedom from whatever maybe kept you at a lower vibration, or it maybe kept you afraid, it kept you scared, it kept you anxious. So expect freedom from that. Let's shuffle and see what other hardships may be ending for my pile force. Okay, so we have here security flipped over. So again, just feeling more safe. And then underneath the deck, we have, look at that, inner peace. So you guys may just be feeling a lot more safe. And this inner peace card looks a lot like Pisces energy. And there's 2 koi fish, I think, here. So there could be more inner peace coming to you, or maybe even a relationship that you have, or with another person that's in your life. You may be noticing that like your inner peace kind of almost like it kind of spills off onto this other person, or that you and another person may just be very in sync with like, we're focusing on peace right now and security, but definitely more security is coming into you guys' life. Definitely more security. And that may be why you guys you experience this freedom from fear. You experience this freedom from fear, and a lot more inner peace comes into your world. Just a lot more. You guys may be meditating more as well, focusing more on spiritual growth or spiritual healing, spiritual health. And that may be another thing that's helping you guys kind of experience that freedom from any sort of fear. Let's see what signs you guys may notice right before these hardships end. Okay, so we have, this card fell out as well. We have rainbow hope, smiley face joy, and underneath the deck we have here fence boundaries. So you guys may even be creating more boundaries. Fences may be something that you guys notice a lot of imagery of fences. Maybe you guys are getting a fence built. Maybe you guys are putting up a perimeter or something like that. You guys may be focused on different lines being drawn in your life. You guys may be focused on setting boundaries right now. And if so, or whenever you guys start focusing on that, that's going to be one of the signs that this hardship is about to be relieved in your life, or that this joy is about to come in. This inner peace and this security, this freedom from fear is about to come in. And then we have here rainbow hope, smiley face joy. Like I said, there's just more joy coming in. So you guys may notice a lot more images of smiley faces. A kid could draw a smiley face and give it to you. You guys may be noticing that emoji everywhere, something like that. You guys may feel like you're smiling a lot more. You may feel like you have a lot more joy. If so, this is going to be another sign that you guys notice right before this hardship or this security, this blessing comes in this inner peace. And then rainbow hope. You guys may actually see a rainbow. You may notice images of rainbows. You guys may have dreams of this stuff, okay? And if so, again, it's another sign that hope is about to come in, joy is about to come in, boundaries are being set, and that you guys' life is about to change in this way where you feel as though I have reached something that I used to dream of. I reached something that was such a huge goal or aspiration for me, and I'm finally here. So you guys are about to get somewhere that you used to think was only possible as like a dream. Maybe you guys used to dream about it. Maybe you guys used to be like, that would be great. And you guys may be about to actually experience that right now, coming up very soon. Let's see what's being healed for you in your life. We have here ascension, and underneath the deck we have struggle. Okay, so you see this fish swimming upstream here, and we have these two fish over here with inner peace. You guys may be about to surrender or give in to something, give into the stream, give into the way that things are flowing in your life, in other words. And with this ascension card right here, this is all about spiritual ascension, spiritual elevation, spiritual graduation. You guys moving from one place to another spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. So again, this is that world card energy coming in saying that you're about to be in a space where you feel ascended. Where you may almost feel a little disconnected from reality because you've reached a place that you used to dream of all the time. And so for you guys, you may feel as though you have ascended something, you have achieved something. 6 of Wands, I've actually made it to this place I used to dream of. 10 of Cups, now I'm here. The World card. Okay, so there's ascension coming in. That's what's being healed for you guys. Is anywhere that you felt was like you were maybe you felt like blocked off from your own dreams coming true, especially with this fence boundaries over here. That may have been what you guys were afraid of, was not reaching a certain place. Yeah, you're going to find that you ascend to this place. And you're about to find that your life feels a lot more ascended or elevated. So there could even be like a promotion or something coming in for you guys. That could be a hardship that's being alleviated. Is you guys like noticing some changes with work? Maybe you guys are being moved up when it comes to work, or you're moving up in your life to some degree. You're leveling up, in other words, with this ascension card over here. Let's see what attitude your spiritual team wants you guys to take on. And we have here, look at that. I am blessed. Okay. This is the attitude that your spiritual team wants you guys to take on. And also too, like I said, your energy here, it almost feels like you're from the future telling yourself like, all you guys see right now is ascension, freedom, joy, security, inner peace, 6 of Wands. And so I feel as though, of course, your spiritual team, they want you to notice how blessed you are, but I feel as though you're not going to necessarily have to try to notice how blessed you are. You guys are just going to feel blessed. You're just going to look around from any and all directions and feel so blessed and be like, wow, my life isn't a literal blessing. With I am blessed right here. And again, you guys may be getting back into meditating or praying more or something like that, because it looks like she's praying in this card. And then underneath the deck, it says, I release what does not serve me. This is that fence boundaries. This is that World card. This is the 10 of Cups. This is the 6 of Wands. Again, you guys' focus is going to shift to, oh my God, I'm so happy. Releasing what doesn't serve you. You guys won't even have to intentionally release anything. It's just some sort of challenge, or whatever had your attention before is completely going to lose your attention, because you guys have moved on. You guys have leveled up. Your life has leveled up somewhere where all you feel is hope and joy and peace and security. So for you guys, it's like, it's not necessarily that you're focusing on releasing things that don't serve you. You can't focus on things that don't serve you anymore, because all you can see is what is serving you. All you can see is where your life has leveled up, is where you guys feel most secure. And then a final message here from the Mother Aset, because she's a very powerful healer. That's what she's known for. She's always been able to get herself out of bad situations. But we have here Divine Sun Child, blessings of the Sun Falcon. So you guys are about to receive some blessings, not from just Aset, but even her child Horus, Haru, or however it is you want to, whatever name it is you want to use to call him. But she only had one child, and this is a miracle baby. She conceived him after his father passed, or was murdered. So he's like a miracle child. You guys are about to have a miracle come into your life again, okay? And then we have, look at what's underneath the deck: abundance of Sotis, stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Abundance is coming in. You guys see all this wheat and the sun like shining down on it? This is a harvest that's coming in for you guys. I'm actually going to read both of these out of the book for you. Even though this one was under the deck, I'm going to read them both. So one second. Abundance of Sotis says, abundance in many forms is flowing to you now, beloved. Intend right now to receive it. Just decide to do so in your heart at this very moment. Just like it says over here, the attitude that your spiritual team wants you to take on is this I am blessed card over here. But it says, yeah, the Oracle of Abundance of Sotis comes as guidance to expect increased flow and to continue your good works of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsively flowing to you in many forms over and over again. So this isn't just one blessing. This is some sort of a blessing that keeps repeating. It keeps, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. Okay. It's the 10 of Cups. It's this, I can't get any more happier. I can't ask for more than this. This is like, it's too much and it's great, So yeah. And then Divine Sunchild. Divine Sunchild here says, blessings of the Sun Falcon, the Divine Sunchild Horus, the son of Aset and Osar or Osiris, flow to you now, beloved initiate. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. Blessings of the Sun Falcon herald the time when your divine legacy is being born. You guys have a divine legacy that is being born right now. And it says it is your time to burn bright. So pile 4, again, this isn't necessarily talking about none of your reading was talking about a particular hardship, more so like fear just being alleviated from you guys. But overall, your energy and your spiritual team and even the Mother Aset wanted to focus on the blessings, the many blessings that are about to come into your life. That's just all they wanted to focus on, because very soon that's all that you guys are going to be able to focus on, which is incredible. So yeah, you guys, pile 4, this is all that I'm seeing for you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, as well as the Mother Aset and Haru for coming through and delivering these messages. Hopefully you guys come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.